Imagine being born inside a palace. You have gardens, banquets, people who love you, and an entire kingdom waiting to be yours. By every measure the world can offer, your life is already complete. But one day, you walk out through the palace gates, and you see what the world actually looks like, and after that, you can never go back. That man's name was Siddhartha Gautama. He would go on to become the Buddha, and change the way 2 billion people understand what it means to be alive. Siddhartha was born in the 5th century BCE in what is now Nepal, the son of King Suddhodana, ruler of the Shakya clan. Legend says that at his birth, a seer made a prophecy: this child will either become a king who rules the world, or a sage who awakens it. His father heard this and wanted only the first, so he built his son 3 magnificent palaces and surrounded him with every beautiful thing imaginable, shielding him from illness, shielding him from old age, shielding him from death. Siddhartha grew up inside this carefully woven golden world. He married, had a son, and wanted for nothing. But fate cannot be held back by palace walls. At 29, Siddhartha ventured outside for the first time. On the streets, he saw a man ravaged by disease, a body being carried away by strangers, and people weeping in pain all around him. These images cut through him like a blade. For the very first time, he understood, old age, sickness, and death are a fate that no living being can escape. And then he saw a fourth figure, a wandering monk in robes, his expression utterly calm. There was no fear in his eyes, no suffering, only a stillness Siddhartha had never seen before. In that moment, his mind was made up. That night, he took one last look at his sleeping wife and child, slipped out of the palace, and never returned. He shaved his head, put on simple robes, and set out in search of an answer. Why do human beings suffer, and is there any end to it? He sought out the greatest teachers of his time, but none of their answers satisfied him. He then turned to extreme asceticism, barely eating or drinking, punishing his body with pain. Believing this would purify his soul, he wasted away to skin and bone, and came close to dying. But he found that self-torture was not the answer either. At 35, he came to sit beneath a fig tree, crossed his legs, and made a vow: I will not rise from this spot until I have found the truth. That night, it is said, he faced the deepest trial of his inner life: desire, fear, and attachment, every shadow of human nature surging toward him. One by one, he looked each directly in the eye. One by one, he let them go. At dawn, he opened his eyes. That tree has been known ever since as the Bodhi tree, the tree of awakening. And that man has been known ever since as the Buddha, the awakened one. After 6 years of searching, he had finally found his answer: suffering comes from clinging, release the clinging, and you find freedom. For the next 45 years, the Buddha walked the plains of the Ganges and shared that answer with anyone willing to listen. He never wrote a single word, yet he shaped the entire course of Asian civilization. 2,500 years later, more than 500 million people still look to his teachings for inner peace. One man, one tree, one question: why do we suffer, and how do we find our way out?